Is Tony Romo a Hall of Fame quarterback? Well, that's our poll question. It's up at 104.5. The team will ask Coach Patsos.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. That's one of the reasons I would have played this year if I was him. Look, it's a dangerous sport, and he has plenty of money. I watched, Mike and Mike this morning. He made $120 million. He's fine. He has his health, and being in the booth is a big deal in the NFL.
He's had some back surgeries.
That hurts.
That hurts.
On the other hand, if you want to get in the Hall of Fame, he had to play this year because you got to get look, I don't know, 2-4 in the playoffs. Okay, he made a lot of fourth play comebacks, blah, 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 but like Joe Montana. See, that's why Flacco, even though I know he's not a great quarterback, he's not, but his playoff record's great, and he won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Clearly, we all know Manning and Brady and all that. I watched the game closely this year. That's why I was happy for Matt Ryan. But, Romo's never really, he's won 2 games. It's not I don't think that's enough.
Never been to a championship game.
I don't think that's enough.
Game.
I don't think it's enough.
Yeah. But you think Eli Manning belongs in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Just winning too soon. I think Ben Roethlisberger, I don't know I don't have any idea. I don't like the Steelers, because I'm a Ravens guy. But that guy plays and wins, and I don't know what he does.
Stats.
I don't need. That's just me as a coach because I want to win. Otherwise, we're out.
I'm with you. Certain guys, I don't need to know what their career numbers are. I watch them. I see what they've done. I know they're Hall of Famer.
Let me ask you about Nico Clarith. You named him captain for next season.
Yeah, we kind of got that out of the way. People ask me why we did that quick because we lost so many guys. We have no middle. Recruiting's very funny now, as you guys know. We weren't going to get a lot of recruits the last 2 years because everybody we had was a sophomore, then a junior. Kids want to play right away. So now we have, Marquise, Javion Breton, Levon gone, and Jimmy Merrill, who might come back and be a graduate manager for us. Wants to come back because he's getting his master's. He's going to get his master's in accounting. We have 2 senior managers leaving. So, and you guys know from traveling, the managers mean a lot to your team. So we have 7 old guys, and kind of everyone else is a freshman and a sophomore. We don't really have a junior class. So I wanted to make sure really quickly we had a leader in the weight room and all that. And Degnan's done a good job, the transfer. He's followed. Brett's helped him, the kid that transferred from Fairfield. But Nico clearly is the leader. He loves, wants to stay, and he wants to prove that we can win the whole thing. And he just came in with a really good attitude. And I watched for a couple days in the weight room, a couple days of pickup, and said, clearly you've all grown up. Here's our captains. 2 captains. Now we know what we're doing in the spring, summer, and fall. Can someone else emerge? I don't know, probably. But, I 2's enough. But those 2 guys, they deserve it.
Do you like the look of your team going into next season? Or is it too early to tell?
Too early. We're just, I was there yesterday with them. We're allowed to go out 2 hours a week on the court. Sammy and Evan have to, they might have to platoon. I look around here, and you don't always need a center that's a star. I look at some teams in the area that do really well with just journeyman, screen, roll. It's all about minutes and production. And then Shivers has to get a little better. He started as a freshman. Nico's clearly good. Roman, Penn. We're not, we have Kadeem got a little surgery. Khalil's got to grow up from a freshman to a sophomore. But as you guys know, it's a big jump. Kadeem, we just told him to watch Nichols over there. Look what he did. You can do it. But we have a couple of, I'm not allowed to talk about the guy we didn't sign, but Jordan Horn we signed, who just won the 3-point contest in Minneapolis, was the first team all-leaguer. The other 4 guys are going to Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, and Florida or something. He's really good. He's a 6'2", kind of bulky guard. He can shoot it. And then Prince Aduro is a really, really high-impact player. ACC, BCS teams just saw him play down in Orlando, and all inquired about him, but he signed with us. He's 6'8", can play the 3, 4, or 5 at our level. He's like an Alex Franklin type guy that you don't have to. It's not fly. He just does a little of everything. We need those 2 guys. That being said, I want to see what the rest do. Can Herter get the intensity and passion that I want to see him get to take some minutes and play in the MAC, combined with Kadeem's shoulder getting better? And then we'll have our guys, we'll have guys that can do it. But it's Nico and Degnan. They have to replace Brett and sort of Marquise Levon combo. And then we're going to miss Javion's intelligence on the court. He's just such a smart, crafty guy that knows the game. Evan and Sammy Friday, who have experience, have to combine to take Javion's place. We have a chance. The other thing about this league, and you know this, Roger, you've been around this game a long time, mid-majors, it's a cycle. Monmouth's going to be really good, but they don't have Justin Robinson. I don't care. Iona beat us in the last second. Washington didn't miss a shot. He's gone. They lost a couple other. They lost Sevier and Sam Cassell Jr., who are both graduate transfers. Now, they're going to get graduate transfers, too. We don't have those. St. Peter's lost 4 seniors. Ryder lost 4. In other words, you know how it works, Roger, at this level. You kind of, Vermont's going to be really good next year. I don't want to speak for the America East, but they have everybody back.
No
but,
doubt.
you know, when Hooley and those guys left, not that you can't win it again, but it's harder. You know, when those guys, Singletary and Hooley and them are really good. And when they're there for 3 or 4 years, when they leave, when guys leave our league, we have a chance too. Canisius lost 3 starters. In other words, and you know, it's not this. They're not going to replace them with, like, this isn't Kentucky where they're going to get 3 All-Americans. They have to get guys and learn the system. So do we have a chance? Yeah, I do think we have a good chance.
I was going to say, you feel like you could be up there near the top and have a chance to win it.
Yeah, I think that Monmouth with 2 guys back will be picked high, and then Iona will be picked high because they still have 3 of their top 6 back. But they lost the best player in their team, and but we lost a lot too. But we got some guys back. St. Peter's lost their whole team. It's going to be an interesting year. I'm actually looking forward to, and coaching new guys is good in college. I'll miss my guys, but I want to coach some new guys too.
What do you do with the open scholarship? How much leeway do you have there?
Well, it depends because we're waiting to see, and we may take another player. We have some things going on, and I don't run guys out of the program. See, I know some people are like, why don't we just take everyone in the whole world? Well, because we have human beings on our team that love Siena and the college, and they like being part of the program, and more importantly, they're a whole person that likes the school and where they live, and I just don't run guys out. Willem came to me.
Yeah.
Just because you're not a productive player doesn't mean you get thrown to the side because some guy in his basement's emailing about how he thinks we should just cast everyone aside to win at all costs.
Those guys are also emailing in about a golf ball that's misplaced by an inch.
Yes, which I didn't agree with that. It's funny. I don't mind the 2-stroke penalty, but you can't give the 2-stroke penalty for the card being
when you don't
wrong
know that it's wrong?
Because you don't know it's wrong.
Right.
And so, it's a different world out there, but we have
Phil
really
Mickelson
good.
was pretty strong.
Yeah.
He was.
He was really strong in his thoughts and give her the trophy, please.
It's funny. I like the social media and the fans. Our fans are great. I'll tell you, we wouldn't have done it this year without our fans. We had 5 games on the road where fan buses went. And somebody said to me, boy, you really rewarded those fans. I said, no, those fans really rewarded us.
Yeah.
This guy Frank runs the buses. It's amazing. On the other hand, sometimes the fans have to take a step back and let coaches coach and let the AD be the AD and let the players play and let the refs ref and just... I didn't think that was fair about the 4-stroke penalty is my point. And, I understand that the message boards exist. I don't read them, but people do. And I think Single Ace does a great job of being very fair with us. And you guys are great. Hey, if we mess up, you can say it, but you come and you write the right stuff and you ask us the right questions. I'm down with that. But this just picking on people or just having some delusional thing that, everything's against, it's just weird. And I think the golf thing's an example of that.
Yep.
The golf guy should have came out and said, okay, you didn't mark it right, 2-stroke penalty, but we can't give you another 2 strokes for the card because we didn't notice it either. How about them admitting fault? And I think it was... the fact that Lexi Thompson came back was... Because, by the way, we were watching that in Asia because, surprise, women's golf's pretty big over there. Because half the players
dominate, all the tournaments.
And we were in Korea, so it was interesting to see that. It's an interesting thing being overseas and seeing what's soccer's the first story, golf's the second story, baseball's third, back to another soccer story, and then they had the NCAA stuff.
Always back to a soccer story.
It's unbelievable.
Was your attendance up this year?
We did great this year with the attendance.
It seemed like you had
fans were great
support. I don't know what the numbers were, but it looked like
the MAC thing because we were in it.
But I'm talking about it just in general during the
last game was 7,000.
Yeah,
Dodge pushes the envelope there. He's very good at marketing, and he got a little creative with the last 3 weeks. You can buy 2-for-1s and all that to play Marist. And we had 7,000 people. Our fans are great. Like I said, I don't care if they're mad because I just want passion, and they're good, and they come. And we had a tough early schedule. Do you know our schedule was 14th in the country non-conference schedule? 14th. We didn't know that. Is it
going to be that tough next year?
No, because you don't play Kansas, which brings your numbers up, and then we don't play at Asheville, which is they're in a tournament, and we're not done with our schedule yet. We do play Memphis and Louisville, as everybody knows, in our tournament. But it's not just them. It's Vermont's really good, and Albany was tough on the road. You go over there, and then St. Bonnie's is an A10 team. Their RPI is 90. Florida Gulf Coast RPI is 80. They made the NCAA. It's just how it works. But it was 14. I couldn't believe that. So, to come back, I'm really proud of our seniors because they learned a lot of lessons, Roger, about adversity, not quitting, staying together. It's not how you start. It's how you finish. What's great is they bought into all those little lessons because a lot of guys would have said, this is a waste of time. Let's get out of here, and they didn't.
We're gonna do. I'm gonna rope you into this at some point. We're gonna do a walking.
I'll go with you.
Interview through Albany and hit some of your spots. You're a well-traveled guy. What is the one place in the world you haven't been that you want to go?
Great question. I would probably say Russia just to see what's going on. Not now. I don't want to go because this is not a joke. Mike Flynn, the general. Yeah. His brother was my roommate my first year at Catholic U.
Wow.
I lived with him, Joey Flynn. He was a singer. He didn't go into the political world. His two other brothers are generals, Mike Flynn and Joe Flynn. I met Mike Flynn once 25 years ago, okay? Joey Flynn was a friend. So I'm probably not going to go to Russia right now because it's probably not such a good time over there. I just would like to see... I've been to Australia, China, now Vietnam. Vietnam's a great place to go. The people are amazing. They're very friendly. The dollar goes a long way.
France is a big spot of yours.
I like Europe. I've been to Europe, and I know Canada's cool, and I would definitely like to check out Africa. It's the Kenya and all the safari stuff, but I don't want to go for a long time. But I want to see what Moscow and St. Petersburg are like. I want to go to a hockey game over there.
Ooh,
that's what I want to do.
Yeah. Well, Coach, we always appreciate the time.
That's
in
it.
The
It's
studio.
been a great year. Happy congratulations to Gonzaga for almost making it. Would have been great for a small. Now, by the way, that's a small school, but their commitment to basketball is through the roof,
no doubt.
And what he's done for you though he's a grounded, nice guy. He's normal. They get good players, but he makes them better. But their fan support's rabid like us. But I wanted Gonzaga to win it. Carolina played well. Looked like they were both a little tired, Raj.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a well-played game.
Me neither.
Do you think teams struggle to shoot it in the Final Four in the championship game because of the stadium?
I mean, you have to. It's not just that it's a huge stadium. Like playing in the dome's a little different, but you used to those two scoreboards at the end. John was out there. Those two scoreboards lit up that you can see yourself shooting I'm not
got to throw you off a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind the dome thing, but put it in the end zone and go the other way and put 40, 50,000. And to go 80, I guess, clearly it's not about the money.
Never.
Coach Patsos, I'll see you on the golf course.
I'll see you guys, and maybe I'll sneak in for the NBA play? My Celtics, Cavs. You see the Celts?
Yeah, I love the Celts.
Can I sneak in for like a playoff NBA
You don't have to ask us to come back.
You just call and come in whenever you want.
Because I'm going to go out to a Celtics game, the playoffs.
Tell Shark we're going to miss him, all right?
Can the Celtics
Shark
beat the
great.
Cavs in the playoffs? I'm saying no. Roger says yes.
Until someone beats LeBron, I don't know. But it's really going to be fun to see. Brad Stevens, he had a win text. He watches our game. He texts me back like, hey.
How good a coach is he?
He's a great coach. He's a great coach at any level, and what he's done, what most college coaches can't do, is he's emotionally removed himself from the NBA game. In other words, he's not going to, we're all fired up and hyped up and energized and want to recruit every day and do everything every day. I've watched his practice. I've watched him play. He's done a great job of removing himself and just being a tactician, which I think in the NBA, for 82 games, you got to do.
Coach, always a pleasure.